Speak up to invoke your right to remain silent. What are the Miranda warnings? In 1966, in the case of Miranda versus Arizona, the Supreme Court held that the police must advise a suspect in custody of his constitutional rights before questioning that suspect. These rights, secured by the Fifth and Sixth Amendments to the Constitution, are: you have the right to remain silent. Any statement you make can and will be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to consult with a lawyer and to have the lawyer present during the interrogation. If you cannot afford a lawyer may be appointed to represent you at no cost to you. These are the so-called Miranda Rights, or Miranda warnings. When does Miranda apply? The police must administer the Miranda warnings when a suspect is taken into custody prior to any interrogation. You do not have to be handcuffed and hauled off to jail or the police station in order to be in custody. A person is in custody when he is arrested or when his freedom of movement is significantly restricted to the degree associated with a formal arrest. This determination is made in light of all the circumstances surrounding the encounter with the police. If a reasonable person would not have felt free to walk away, then the suspect was in custody, and Miranda applies. How do you invoke your right to remain silent? Silence, even prolonged silence, is not enough to invoke your right to remain silent. You must speak up and unambiguously announce that you are not going to speak to the officers. No special words are required, but you must make your decision to be quiet plainly known. You must say, for example, "I wish to remain silent. I have nothing to say. I do not want to answer any questions. I do not want to talk until I have spoken to a lawyer." When should you assert your rights? The best time to assert your rights is immediately after the Miranda warnings are administered, before you answer any questions. You may, though, assert these rights at any time during police questioning, even if you have already answered some questions or made other statements. What happens if the police fail to administer Miranda warnings? If the officers fail to advise you of your rights, then the statements you make cannot be used as direct evidence against you in court. Moreover, if the police uncover additional evidence, e.g. drugs or weapons, as a result of your statement, that evidence is tainted by the officer's failure to advise you of your rights, and, therefore, also may be excluded from any court proceedings. Summary: if you are in police custody, you must be advised of your constitutional right to remain silent and right to counsel before being questioned by law enforcement. You are in custody when you are arrested or when your freedom is significantly restricted, such that a reasonable person in the same situation would not feel free to leave. You must speak up and affirmatively assert your right to remain silent. If the police fail to advise you of your rights prior to questioning you, your statements cannot be used against you in court. Any evidence found as a result of those statements will also be excluded.